Hello, I am continuing from I am continuing from my prior video about Georgia tragedy. Um I got up from the bed after waking up, went to the door to close it because it was open a tad bit. After closing the door and turning around to speak to my husband, I looked at the bed, and it's like I tried to focus because I couldn't understand why his friend, uh, a guy that owned his own business, and he even had some of the guys working for him and putting sidings on homes. Um, I opened the door again, and I said to him, "You need to get up and leave." He had all his clothes on. He had his button up shirt on, buttoned up. He had everything on, even his slippers. He had them on. His slacks, he had them on. But he was laying on the other side of the bed. So, he wouldn't move. He would move his eyes. I said, "Is he paralyzed? What?" He wouldn't say a word. So I went into the kitchen, and they were standing around like zombies, like on autopilot, like they was asleep, but they was like a bunch of zombies. And I called my husband. I told him, I said, I need to show you something. Come here. So I took him to the room. He went to the door. He looked in. He turned around, went back to the kitchen. And he said, "I need y'all to help me take this guy, get this guy out of my room." So they all came. They looked, but they kept standing in and outside the room. The clown was still in the bed. I don't know if he was in a drug. I don't know, but he was, like I said, he was rubbing on me. How you gonna be rubbing on a woman, but you can't speak and you can't talk, but you can't move? I just went into the living room and I sat down because I didn't know what. I mean, what if my husband had came back to that room and I'm sleeping and this man laying on the other side of me? I could have got killed. I think about that all the time. I didn't hear a word from him. All I know, I think two guys grabbed hold of him and had got him off the bed, and he all hell broke loose. That man, that man got killed right there in that bedroom. I didn't think that some. I didn't think that he would kill the man. I didn't. Had I known that he was that deadly, then I would have dragged that man out the house myself, like I said. But I asked him, he was so enraged when he came out that room. They brought that guy out. I looked in and I could tell that man was dead. He was so enraged when he came out that room. He drew a pistol on me. I just stood there like I was in shock because I couldn't believe what was going on. And his brother, which was massive in size, stopped him and told him that he knew that I didn't have anything to do with that, what had happened. And he was like, put the gun down. And we left. The guys took the perpetrator out of the house. I think they said they was gonna take him to the hospital, so it was too late for that. But anyway, we left. I was with, like I said, my husband. I'm gonna call his name Tony. I left with Tony. We went to a hotel. Like I said, he stayed up all night. I slept all night. Went to a hotel and he went to sleep. The other guys was back at their apartment. And I'm pretty sure they was sleeping as well. He woke up late in the afternoon. And he said, he called everybody and we met up at a restaurant, and damn it, they laughed and laughed and laughed. Like, what the hell is they laughing at? Am I in the Twilight Zone? Look like I got something. I have never, ever in my life been through anything like that before in my whole life. And I hope I never have to go through it again. They ordered a lot of food. We ate, and they laughed about what had happened. I'm like, what is funny? He, I think he made sure I made it back to the house, and he, was on his way out, leaving, because he was afraid he was going to have to pull some time behind that crime. I had told him numerous times before I did not want to live in the house with all those men and what he had going on. But he looked in my face and told me, do you think I'm going to listen to you? And it wasn't a few days after that this happened. He left. I don't know, the SWAT or whatever came in the apartment, and they sent the man's wife there to ask questions, and I was like, I can't answer no questions for you. And they was right behind her, so they barged in, and everything went on from there. And I went back home to my home. Far away from there, it was over. He went to prison.